into bed, you want it to be so incredibly comfortable, and that's what this next item is going to be. However, it is clearance priced. If you have ever wanted a feather bed, a really good feather bed, this is clearance priced. You want to take advantage of it while you can. There have been feather beds of all kinds for years and years and years. And the way they used to be many years ago, it was just one big bag of feathers and it was no fun. These are made so beautifully, and I'm telling you, they add so much comfort and support under your tired body when you get in at night.
You know what they do? They cradle you.
Yeah,
that's the best way to describe it. So first of all, the first thing I have to talk about this is the Ultra Feather. And why is that important? Because you're going to hear me say this. You're probably so tired of hearing me say this. Hyperallergenic.
No,
when
it's
we bring you
important.
down in feather products, it's hyperallergenic. So it has been cleaned at least 15 times, washed and dried, rinse and repeat, and therefore all the dirt and the dander is taken out of it. That's why. That's what everybody's allergic to, the dirt and dander, not the feathers. If you want to unzip that on your side just a little bit more, we're going to be able to show all of these little pockets here.
Yeah.
That's what's filled. So when you're taking a look at this, that little baffle boxes are in there. So when we give it a nice little zhuzh, they just fill up. And that is what your body is laying on.
Can you, right now, as my hand is in here, I want to lay down so badly.
Isn't it look so great?
do.
And look what we have here. You've got this beautiful gusset, about 1.5 inches.
Yeah.
You've got this zip off here. So I'm going to talk to you about all the bells and whistles because we listened to you. We put together what we think is the best feather bed ever.
I'm going to hop in for just a second.
Okay.
I want to go through sizes and prices because these are clearance priced. So take a look, and we've got a value here, so it makes it a little full page, so it makes it a little easier. If you're buying the full size, it's $76 or 6 payments of $12.67. If you're buying the queen, it's $89 or 6 payments of $14.83, and a king or Cal King for $118 or 6 payments of less than $20 a month. And let me just say, if you're going to buy a feather bed, buy Northern Nights because you can trust us. I mean, QVC, we've been in business for 32 years. We really, truly do the cleaning. We add the cover. All these different things that are just so much better than a lot of places.
And if you're comparison shopping, as I'd like to say, make sure it's hyperallergenic because just because it says a feather bed out there doesn't mean it is, but you know that you can get that trust and quality here.
Yeah.
So what we did is we started off with the Ultra Clean, which we've already talked about. And I just want you to see these baffle boxes and how Mary Beth was pushing on each one of the pillows.
Yeah.
Then what we did is we put handles on the side.
I know, I love that
And
you
the
did that.
handles are for, basically when you're changing your sheets once a week, you're just going to
Fluff it
go
up.
like that, and each of them puff up because I talked about how the air gets in there and just puffs everything up so you don't have to worry about being smashed down.
Yeah.
Then what we did,
King is already limited.
what we did is because so many people in the past, Mary Beth, remember this would just lay on your bed and then you would put your fitted sheet over it. And then sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night and it would be kind of hanging off the bed.
Yeah.
We took care of that problem. So this feather bed is stitched here to what I would call a skirt. And I want you to see how this works here. It's got a nice elastic. You just tuck this under your mattress and that's going to keep this in place.
It's like Spanx for your mattress.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to use that. Spanx for your mattress. And then you can put your fitted sheet over top of that. We didn't stop there.
Then I want to talk about the cover for a moment.
That's what I'm going to do.
Never before have I seen this backing on a cover.
So what we did is you all asked for a zip-off cover. So we did a beautiful zip-off cover, 100% cotton right here. So you've got cotton against your body with a beautiful Dobby design. But what we ended up doing here is we gave you stain resistant right here. And you're going to be able to see, we've got a video of where someone has spilled a little bit of blue right here. And then what happens is, there you go. How about that? You ask for it and it appears. I love that. It's like magic. So you can see the blue. It didn't go through at all. And then you unzip this and guess what? You put this in the wash machine and the dryer and put it right back on the bed.
How about that? Now, if we want to clean the actual feather bed, then it's dry clean.
Yeah, dry clean. I would say you can spot clean it if you want to.
Sure.
Do that first.
Here's the other thing I want to mention. There are hardly any king size left. So if you want to get the king size, 5 dozen remain, and think about this, it's less than $20 a month to be able to get this home. And I recommend this for anybody whose bed feels too firm or even too soft, because this doesn't just give you that cradling and that comfort, it gives you support as well. And it kind of, you know, where you've got all the little nooks and crannies, like behind the knees, the ankles, the lower back, the shoulder blades. This really comes
it
up
comes
to
up
meet it.
and meets it. I like to say, if you've got some pressure points, I find for me, and I'll just talk from personal experience, my small of my back bothers me to this day, probably after having 4 children, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Me
So
too.
I have to be very careful what I'm laying on because I need something to come up and meet it.
Okay, I'm getting on the bed. That's all there's to it. I don't care if I have
Now,
a skirt
how does
on.
that feel? Does that feel delicious? Now, I'm just going to walk over
Stress reducing.
because it's stress reducing, but it's come up and met the small of her back here.
Yeah.
It's coming up and meeting her hips and thighs. It's
I
coming
feel
up
it under my knees.
Under your knees. You've been standing on your knees. You've done a 12-hour shift here. How about in through here? But more importantly, how about in your shoulders?
I love that.
And you know, you almost don't need a pillow because it comes up and it cradles the back of your neck.
And even if I like to sleep on my back and side. So when you sleep on your side on a feather bed,
Right.
your bones are not digging into a mattress.
Exactly.
They're getting that comfort right there, so you don't end up with the hip bone and all those bones.
And when
know,
you sleep
feeling
on your side,
rough.
Mary Beth, because I've talked about this with the Northern Night mattresses, do you realize you're doubling up? So you've got 2 knees laying on top.
Oh, right,
You've got double the
exactly.
weight. So that's why, if you're
right.
a side sleeper, that's why it's nice to have something like
Yeah.
this.
By the way, King just sold out. We have 450 left in the full and also in the queen. And I don't believe there's any twin left either. Okay, so the twin has sold out as well. So full and queen only. Now, I know sometimes you wouldn't think of this as a gift, but I will say this, there are family members who, you know very well, you know the size of their bed, and maybe they've been complaining about their bed. They could have bought a brand new bed for thousands of dollars, and they might say, it's too hard, or it's just not right. Try this. You have nothing to lose. Even at a clearance price, you still get a return policy that goes all the way out till the end of January. So if you want to buy this for your parents, or you want to buy this for your son and daughter-in-law, or your daughter and son-in-law, whoever it might be, or you and your hubby, you know, this is just a beautiful set. And I can tell you, when you want the cleanest feather bed, this is the kind to buy.
This is the one you're going to want from Northern Nights because it's the Ultra Feather. It's been washed and dried at least 15 times, and it's very hard here at QVC when we make a claim that something's hyperallergenic. There's a lot that stands behind it.
Yeah.
I want to tell you another idea, too. Maybe you're going to your daughter-in-law's house and you're sleeping on that pull-out sofa.
Oh, yes.
Wouldn't it be nice to have this sent ahead of time as a gift for them because they'll thank you? Maybe you've got company coming with and you're using the Aero bed.
Yes.
This is going to be beautiful. Your company may never leave after they slept on this.
This on a queen-size Aero bed would be amazing. Wow.
Amazing.
And here's the thing. You do have the gussets, so all of those feathers can go all the way
to the edge. Edge to edge.
They do not go from box to box. However, there is a mesh piece of fabric in there, so the air goes back and forth, but the feathers don't. So it's not like your husband ends up with all the feathers over on his side.
Oh, no. And you don't sleep hot. Because it's feather, you don't have to worry about it. You don't sleep hot.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. In the full size, 450 remain and 350 left in the queen. And understand, when it's clearance price, it will not be reordered. And it's 6 monthly easy payments. So the payments are literally $12.67 for full per month and $14.83 per month for that queen. Well, we have sheets we want to show you. And I want to quick give you an update on the towels. Oh, the bath wrap. Okay. 2,000 of those bath wraps already